71 players in total have won the World Cup and the Champions League, but only one player has won Champions League 5 times, Toni Kroos. But when you search his name on YouTube, you will see only a few goals, no fancy tricks, no speed, no power. So how is it possible that a football player without speed and power become one of the best midfielders in his generation, if not one of the best in history? Since the 2013-2014 season, his passing accuracy has never been below 92%. In fact, every season his passing accuracy has only gone up. Being a tall and composed right-footed midfielder, he is considered to be one of the greatest midfielders of all time, known for his technique, vision, creativity, reading of the game, and his ability to dictate play in midfield or set up goals with his passing and ball delivery from set pieces. He is also capable of scoring goals himself, in particular from long range and from free kicks. He is considered one of the best and most accurate passers of all time. But let's just go back in time a bit to figure out how it all started. His incredible passing ability and football intelligence could be seen from an early age. It was the foundation of his rise. He joined Bayern's youth setup in 2006 from Hansa Rostock, and only a year later he made his professional debut in 5-0 win against Cottbus. Assisting Miroslav Klose 2 times within only 18 minutes in that appearance made him the youngest player ever to represent Bayern in a professional match at only 17 years and 265 days old. On 25th October, Kroos earned Bayern a valuable victory away to Red Star Belgrade, coming on as a substitute in the 81st minute and providing an assist for Miroslav Klose, and then scoring the winning goal, his first for the club, in stoppage time. Kroos ended his first season with 20 appearances for Bayern, including 6 starts. Despite being selected to start in Bayern's opening 2008-2009 Bundesliga match against Hamburger SV, Kroos appeared less frequently during the first half of the 2008-2009 season, so in January 2009, Bayern allowed Kroos to join Bayer Leverkusen on an 18-month loan to gain his first team experience. During the 2008-2009 season, Kroos made 13 appearances for Leverkusen in all competitions, scoring once. He established himself as a regular in the Leverkusen team in the next season, appearing in all but one Bayern's Bundesliga matches. Between match days 16 and 20, he registered 5 goals and 4 assists in 5 Bundesliga matches, earning him back-to-back Player of the Month awards in December and January. He ended the season with 9 goals and 12 assists from 33 matches. At Leverkusen, Kroos developed into the player he is today. His understanding of the game and knowing when, where and how to make the right pass took his game to next level. So in the summer of 2010, Kroos returned to Bayern Munich. When he was asked about his first team chances with Bayern, Kroos stated, "I want to play as often as possible." Having seen what kind of a player he has developed into, Bayern will trust him in the coming seasons, and Kroos together with Schweinsteiger forms one of the most iconic Bayern's midfield duos ever. Without any speed or strength, Kroos has already become a sure starter in the Jupp Heynckes team, who knew exactly how to use Kroos' abilities because he also coached him in Leverkusen. And although everything looked great, Kroos experienced a big heartbreak in 2012 because although he played great, he lost in the Champions League final to Chelsea on penalties. But Kroos was already much more mature in his head than majority of his teammates, so he used that defeat only as a lesson that helped him improve even more next year, but yet again, Kroos was about to experience another heartbreak. Even though next season started off great for him as he scored 3 goals in 4 opening league matches and a goal in the opening Champions League match, he was injured in the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinal, and that made him miss the rest of the season, missing Bayern's successes in the Champions League final, the FB Pokal final and the last 7 matches of the Bundesliga. He returned to fitness for the start of the 2013-2014 season, and even though his abilities were incredible, he wasn't much appreciated by the fans as he wasn't all flashy and skillful as Robben and Ribéry were, for example. Their dribblings and speed were much more appealing to the supporters than Kroos' passing. What was far worse is that even in the club they didn't have much faith in him for the same reason. Disappointed with the lack of faith in his abilities, Kroos knew it was time for the next chapter in his career, but before that, the World Cup was on the way. Germany passed the group stage and the round of 16 with ease, and their first serious opponent were France, waiting for them in the quarterfinals, and only 1 goal on that game was scored by Mats Hummels, but it came from the free kick of Toni Kroos. In the semi-finals, Kroos scored 2 goals in just 2 minutes apart in Germany's shocking 7-1 win over Brazil. He was also named man of the match. Germany then played in the final against Argentina, where they won by the dramatic 1-0 win. Even though maybe he wasn't the most fun to watch, with his vision, passing ability, set pieces and general football knowledge, he still helped Germany to win the World Cup, with him being officially the highest rated player in the tournament, being rated 979 out of 10. And even despite that, he wasn't the main topic of discussion. Other players in the team were unfortunately getting far more praised. Well, I guess football is all about speed and dribbling. However, even though they didn't recognize his football IQ in Germany, David Moyes agreed terms with Toni Kroos and he was about to join Manchester United after the World Cup, but then Moyes was sacked and replaced by Louis van Gaal, who decided not to sign him. Not longer after that, he received a call from Carlo Ancelotti and the rest is history. Guys, if you've come this far in the video, I want to thank you all, and for all those who are not subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button and like the video if you appreciate my work. On 17 July 2014, Spanish La Liga club Real Madrid announced that they had reached an agreement for transfer of Toni Kroos. Forming a midfield duo now with Luka Modric, Kroos showed what class of a player he is. In December, he helped the team win the 2014 FIFA Club World Cup, leading the tournament in assists. He was named the 5th Pro World 11 and the UEFA Team of the Year, but his game certainly elevated on another level when Zidane was appointed as a manager. Zidane said, "We signed Toni because we want him to mark an era," and called Kroos perfect for Madrid. He was regular starter and key player when the team won the 2015-2016 Champions League, his second Champions League trophy. Los Blancos' triumph at San Siro meant that Kroos became the first ever German to lift the Champions League trophy with 2 clubs. In the next season, he was regular starter again when Madrid won 2016-2017 La Liga and later defended their title in the 2016-2017 Champions League. He became the first German player to win the trophy 3 times. At the end of that season, Kroos was the most used player under Zidane, and there was a reason to that. Even though his teammates were players like Modric, Ronaldo and Bale, he was creating the most chances out of all players in the Champions League, and that was something that Zidane recognized. He simply wasn't losing ball. You could just pass to him without ever worrying that he is gonna lose it. During next year's Champions League run, he made 12 appearances when Madrid won their 3rd consecutive and 13 overall Champions League title, and even though he was now officially the best passer in history with 98% success rate, he still wasn't enough appreciated. Next few years saw him winning the 5th Champions League title in his career, 6th FIFA Club World Cup and 1st Copa del Rey title. And if I was about to show you the list of all trophies and achievements he has won, this video would be an hour long. Toni Kroos is a player who is hard to understand, but when you take a look at his stats, he simply makes you go wow. Today's fans have this habit of judging a player by their dribbling skills, their goals, but never take time to appreciate the man behind all the show. One such man is certainly Toni Kroos. His biggest attribute and probably the most underrated one is his ability to stay calm. His team is down 2 goals and the opposition is pressing really heavy. He doesn't care. He will take the ball and make a pass that you didn't know existed until he did it. He won't run circles around everybody, but he is going to make that the ball somehow reaches the final third. With his IQ, he definitely conquered the football world, proving that in football the biggest strengths are not your legs, but your brain. In the comments I want you to write me what do you think about him. Is he underrated, perfectly rated or overrated? And if you want to see one more player who is on the way to conquer the world of football, you better watch this video.